Hello, hello. Welcome to day 1040 of Connecting the Thoughts. Code for today is declutter often and without guilt. Now, isn't that interesting? Of course, we all talk about decluttering, making room for new things, and all of that. But what I'm inviting you to do is to declutter often and without guilt. Let's think about that and get deeper into the conversation on the other side of the showreel. Welcome back. Conversation today is on declutter often and without guilt. And what do I mean when I say declutter often? Yes, there are, we tend to hold on to things. We tend to hold on to so many things. Little stuff that we think that it might be of use later on. We tend to add so much of clutter into our world, and then we do this annual audit, or maybe once in twice in a year we go through our stuff, and we say, do we really need this? Should I really keep this? Am I ever going to use this? And we often do this with material things, right? We do this with clothes, we do this with books, we do this with shoes perhaps. So we tend to declutter. A lot of us get into the kitchen and we declutter because we realize we've got cans and sachets and stuff that has been sitting around since forever, and it's probably hit the expiry date a year ago, or maybe even with makeup. So there are different things that we tend to declutter with. Now, what I'm asking you to do is to take things one level up, decluttering emotionally and decluttering socially. Yes, decluttering socially. You heard that right. So when you look at your phone, when you look at your connections, and you realize, even on Facebook, LinkedIn, perhaps, if you look at your connections, how many are those genuine connections? How many are those contacts really people that you still vibe with, you still connect and talk to? And if you haven't, would you like to reconnect with them and see if there is some kind of a communication or connection still between the two of you, or the relationship has kind of frizzled away? And this can happen not just with people in the corporate space or in the workspace or in the learning space, but also with friends. So be mindful of who your true people are, who you really need to have in your space, and who you are going to give true space to. Also, when I talk about emotional decluttering, I'm talking about all those emotions that you are probably storing within yourself. And these could be emotions of anger, emotions of guilt, bitterness, resentment. These could be things that you have stored within your heart for people or for situations. Take an audit of those emotions too and declutter. Get rid of things that are not serving you. Get rid of anything that is not adding value to your space. Thank you for the like. So get rid of anything that is not serving you, that is also not adding any kind of value to your space, because it's when you make an Okay, then it's when you take an audit of these emotions is when you're going to understand what's going on. And yes, you are able to better organize yourself, organize your behavior, and organize your response when such situations show up once again. So This is what I mean when I say declutter. And again, the guilt part of it, yes, sometimes we hold on so strongly to certain things, certain emotions, certain relationships, that we feel a sense of guilt when we have to let them go, right? They could be clothes from maybe a time when you wanted to shrink back to a particular size, and you are wondering, should I even give this away? Because, someday I might fit into this. And then you're gutted with guilt when you give it away, because you feel like, I didn't really do what I had thought of. And so you hold on to those things, you hold on to those items, just hoping that someday it would happen. What if you could just declutter and then buy something new, the same size as and when you get to that size? Because, yes, if you intend to, and you will. And I'm sure there'll be loads and loads of clothes of that size later on also available that you could buy, that you could gift yourself, that you could reward yourself with, right? So get rid of the item, get rid of the emotion attached to the item, that sense of regret that I'm no longer that size, or that sense of guilt that, oh, I wasn't able to get there, and then move on therefrom. So declutter often and without guilt. Also, when I talk about relationships that are no longer adding value to your space, and honestly, I might come across as somebody being very, very cruel and in your face right now, but sometimes relationships that are not adding value to your space are actually taking up space from for other people to come into your world. So if you're holding on, latching on to a friend, and hoping, things have gone wrong, and you're still holding on, latching on to a friend, hoping that things would kind of get fixed eventually, uh, and you're constantly living in that space of guilt or anger or whatever it might be, sorrow, uh, shame, embarrassment, whatever. um, what you're doing is you're not giving yourself room to bring in a new friend. You're not allowing yourself your room to bring in a new person into your world, because you're still hoping that the other person is going to come back to you. So think about this in terms of how your behavior and how you holding on to so many things is serving you or not. Think about this, write in comments saying, I am decluttering. If this has been of value to you, please write in comments saying, I am decluttering. If this has been of value to you, tag a friend who needs to receive this message. And as I said, make room for things that are new, make room for things that serve you. I'm not telling you to get rid of everything, but what I'm saying is keep those things in your space that are serving you. Make room for new energy in your world. Don't constantly hold on to things that could be causing you a sense of pain, a sense of regret, shame, embarrassment, anything, any negativity that you might be latching onto because of a past experience. Just let it go. Declutter often and without guilt. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of this conversation. And if this has been of value to you, please write in comments saying, I am decluttering, and take one action today, one action that works towards decluttering your space. I look forward to hearing from you, your comments, your thoughts on this. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe, and thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so, so much. I am decluttering.